You've worked hard, saved consistently, and now you're asking the question, could I retire at 55? You might have a strong portfolio, your mortgage could be nearly paid off, and you've started to wonder if the next chapter, the one without meetings, deadlines, and commutes, could begin sooner than you planned. But before you make the leap, there's one factor that changes everything about early retirement: time. Because if you retire at 55 and live into your 90s, you could spend 35 to 40 years in retirement. That's longer than many people spend working. And here's what most don't realize: the longer your retirement, the more pressure it puts on your income plan, your tax plan, and your investment strategy. Retiring at 55 isn't just a math problem, it's a longevity problem. And without a plan designed to support a multi-decade retirement, even a million or two in savings might not be enough. So today, I want to walk you through how to retire early, intentionally, and how to avoid the hidden risks that can quietly derail your plans. Hi, I'm Scott Beasley, certified financial planner at Gateway Financial Partners. I help individuals and couples build retirement strategies that are tax smart, investment savvy, and aligned with their values, so they can retire with clarity and live with confidence. If that sounds like the kind of calm, strategic guidance you're looking for, be sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel. In this video, I'll walk you through the 3 most important factors to consider if you're thinking about retiring at 55, and how to build a plan that lasts, not just for a few years, but for the rest of your life. Let's get started. Number 1, longevity multiplies every other retirement risk. Retiring at 55 isn't just about leaving work early, it's about asking your money to last a very long time, potentially 35 or 40 years. For many, that's longer than their entire working career. And this is where the risk often goes unnoticed. The longer your retirement, the more chances there are for things like market volatility, inflation, tax increases, unexpected healthcare costs, or simply outliving your portfolio. This is what we call the risk multiplier effect. Living longer doesn't just increase the odds that something will go wrong, it magnifies the impact when it does. Let's say you retire at 55 and live to 90. It's a 35-year window where your investments need to support your lifestyle, your healthcare, and your future unknowns without a paycheck. If your strategy only accounts for the first 15 or 20 years, you may find yourself facing difficult choices in your 70s or 80s, when there's less time and fewer options to adjust. What to do? When I help clients build early retirement strategies, we model income all the way to age 95 or 100. Then we apply stress tests for poor market returns, above average inflation, and long-term care costs to see how the plan holds up. If your strategy still works under these conditions, you're in a much stronger position to retire early with confidence. Number 2, you need to bridge the gap before 59 and a half without penalties. One of the biggest surprises for early retirees is that many retirement accounts are inaccessible until age 59 and a half without a penalty. That includes traditional IRAs, most 401ks, and other tax-deferred retirement accounts. So if you plan to retire at 55, you need a clear strategy for how you'll generate income for the next 4.5 years or longer without triggering taxes or early withdrawal penalties. There are some exceptions, like the rule of 55. This allows penalty-free withdrawals from a 401k if you separate from service after age 55. But this only applies to your most recent employer's plan and only if the funds stay in that plan. 72T distributions, which let you take structured payments from an IRA penalty-free, but they're rigid and hard to change once started. Roth IRA contributions, which can be withdrawn tax and penalty-free at any age, but only the contributions, not the earnings. If you're not planning ahead, you could find yourself withdrawing from the wrong account, paying penalties, or selling investments at the wrong time. What to do? Create a retirement bridge fund, a portion of your savings that's outside of tax-deferred accounts. This might be a taxable brokerage account, Roth contributions, or even a dedicated cash reserve, specifically designed to fund the years between age 55 and 60. By bridging this gap strategically, you protect your long-term retirement assets, reduce your tax burden, and maintain flexibility during those critical early years. Number 3, early retirement spending is often higher than expected. There's a common assumption that you'll spend less in retirement, but in early retirement, especially if you stop working in your 50s, the opposite is often true. At 55, you're likely active, healthy, and eager to enjoy the freedom you've worked for. That could mean traveling more, spending on hobbies, family, or new experiences, starting new ventures or charitable work or home projects, or simply making up for the time you didn't have during your working years. That's a great thing, as long as your plan accounts for it. But if your income strategy is based on a flat or conservative spending level starting on day one, you might be drawing more than expected early on, which increases the risk of running short later. This is what we call front-loaded lifestyle risk. Your first 10 years of retirement might be your most expensive, and they also carry the highest exposure to market volatility and sequence of risk returns. Risk. What to do? Plan for a dynamic spending strategy. Model your retirement in phases. Phase 1, age 55 to 70, higher discretionary spending. Phase 2, 70 to 85, stable lifestyle with increasing healthcare awareness. Phase 3, 85 and up, potentially lower lifestyle spending but higher medical costs. When you build your plan around how retirees actually spend, not what a spreadsheet assumes, you give yourself the freedom to enjoy the early years without jeopardizing your future security. So, can you retire at 55? The answer isn't just about how much you've saved. It's about how well your plan supports the realities of an early extended retirement. Because when you retire early, you're adding 10 to 15 years to your retirement horizon. You need a strategy to bridge the income gap before 59 and a half. And you need a spending plan that reflects how real people live, not just what textbooks say. And if those pieces aren't coordinated, even a strong portfolio can feel fragile. But when they're aligned, income, taxes, spending, and purpose, early retirement becomes not just possible, but deeply fulfilling. The key is structure, not guesswork, not hope, but a personalized plan that's built to last through all phases of retirement. If you're thinking about retiring early and want to make sure your financial strategy supports your goals and values, let's connect. Click on the link in the description below to schedule a conversation. We'll take a closer look at your income structure, tax exposure, and lifestyle plan, and help you build a strategy that's ready for the long haul. Because retiring at 55 is about more than walking away from work. It's about walking into the next chapter with clarity, confidence, and control.